Hello, grade sixes, and welcome to your lesson of area of parallelograms and triangles. I'm sorry I can't make it full screen, but for some reason, every time I try to record when it is full screen, it closes. So I would rather give you a lesson that's recorded. It just won't be full screen. So let's begin. What is the definition of a parallelogram? A parallelogram is a shape that has four straight sides where opposite sides are parallel. So if you look at this example, the top part is parallel to the bottom part, and it is also the same length. Okay? And then the sides are also parallel to each other. Also, opposite sides are equal in length and the opposite angles are equal. So as you can see, angle A is the same as angle C, and angle B is the same as angle D. So please note, squares, rectangles, and rhombuses are all examples of parallelograms. So let's look over the area of a parallelogram. In order to calculate it, we must measure the distance of the base and multiply it by the height. You may be familiar with the term length times width, but in this case, we're just saying base times height. Any parallelogram that is not a rectangle can be cut and rearranged to form a rectangle. So as you can see in this photo, if we cut out this little part at the end, and if we move it all the way to the side, it forms a rectangle. So the area of a parallelogram is basically the same area formula as the area of a rectangle because it is calculated by the height and the base. So over here, I wrote the area of a parallelogram is area is equal to base times height. So if we were to apply this to squares and rectangles, it would be the same. So our base over here would be 5 meters times the height, which is 2 meters. So for a rectangle, we go 5 meters times 2 meters is equal to an area of 10 meters squared. Okay? And then the same goes for a square. We go base times height, which is 4 centimeters by 4 centimeters is equal to 16 centimeters squared. Okay, let's try to do this with examples of parallelograms. This might get more challenging. So in these images, you are given 3 pieces of information. You are given some sides and you are given some extra information. So let's begin with this one and let's go to the answers. So over here, we find out that the base is actually 7 centimeters, even though that it's on a 90-degree angle. And then the height of it is the inside, or just the total of it, which is 5 centimeters. Okay, so as we said, the formula for a parallelogram is base times height. So we have 7 centimeters times 5 centimeters is equal to a total of 35 centimeters squared. So this one's not so bad. This one, on the other hand, might get a little bit confusing because we are given 2 pieces of information. We are probably tempted to look at the side of the parallelogram, but when we have parallelograms, we're actually looking for the height. And in this case, it's stated that it is 7.5 meters. So don't confuse the height of a parallelogram with its sides. So our height is actually 7.5 meters. So we multiply that by the base, which is 2.5 meters, and we get a total of 18.75 meters squared. Okay,